If you want to spend 12 months building a product, be my guest. But you're only going to get 30% of one product. But if you're clever and you build 10 in 12 months, you get 30% of 10 products. Entrepreneurs and business owners and people who do stuff, we aren't afraid to take risks. So when you increase taxes or when you do a policy that we don't agree on, only thing that's going to happen is the people willing to leave will leave. And the people most willing to leave are entrepreneurs.
Dubai is like a company.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's more of a company than it is a country.
When you have a culture where the base mindset is to level up, everyone levels up.
I've got your dad. I've got a gun to his head. I said, yo, you need to sell all your crypto. What are you sitting on right now? Yeah.
This is like rule number one of Bitcoin. Never say how much Bitcoin you have, bro. And I got a fat legal letter from them telling me to stop, and I just thought, you're gonna sue a 19-year-old? I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. It's just a big boys game of Monopoly. And I have unlimited rolls of the dice. There's no ego attached to anything I do.
So without further ado, I'm Radin Jerome. Wherever you are in your life or wherever you're going, whether financially, spiritually, or for your health, I hope you're on your way. Now let's get into it.
Pete,
Hello.
what's your beef with wireless headphones?
We go straight for this.
What's your beef with wireless headphones? You
Okay.
came in, first of all, show us the headphones you brought in.
So I want everyone to know the story, actually.
Yeah.
It's quite a deep story.
Okay.
So here's the wireless.
Okay.
Here's the wired headphones.
Yeah, because you're an extremely successful man, and you're, how old are you?
30 now. I'm getting
And
I'm getting old.
And you're retired.
I wouldn't say retired.
Well-
I choose not to do bits.
You were retired for a little bit, but then you got bored, so you came out of retirement at 30 years old, and you're walking around with wired headphones, just embarrassing yourself like that.
Do you know what? I got in the car and I said to you, like, don't hate me, but I've got wired headphones. And I said, I know you're going to judge me for being poor. So I said to you, and you went, no, I'm not. I'm like, you are. My beef.
And now I am.
Here's the beef, right? So I had my AirPods.
Yeah.
You know, AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not messing about here.
No.
And I was at the pool doing a call, and then I went back to my apartment and I couldn't find them. Right, so I sent a message to like the concierge, whatever, being like, anyone found any like AirPods? They're like, no, P, nothing. So I was like, right, I'm not gonna bowl them out with no headphones. And I thought to myself, I've been thinking for about 2 years now that these cannot be good for my brain. Like at night when I go to sleep, I put my phone in airplane mode and I sleep. Right, I just got this feeling that these like waves being this close to your brain probably aren't a good strategy. So I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna just try wired headphones. And Brad, our business partner, had said, like, you know, you're always gonna get better sound quality with wired headphones because of something to do with the data, whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna try some. So I walk into Virgin, buy my wired headphones, plug them in, and I'm like, the sound quality is insane. It's so much better, like than AirPod Pros. Anyway, 3 days go by, I'm living my life, living with my new headphones. And
Sounds romantic.
and I looked to I got out of the shower. Obviously, you can imagine that all you like.
Yeah,
Got out of the shower and I looked to my left, and my AirPod Pros were just on my bedside table. They've been there the whole time.
Okay.
So my point is, I didn't lose them in the first place. They were just always on the bedside table. So two things we've learned from that strategy.
Okay.
Is one is that wired headphones are better than wireless, just from a sound perspective.
Mhm.
But B, I've got the worst spatial awareness in the whole world. Like, I thought I'd lost these headphones, but they were just in my room the whole time.
Do you not have the app for Find My iPhone?
It didn't connect, bro. This is why I was actually raged about this. I was like, I've got all this technology. Like, I've got tags on my keys, this on my suitcases. The one time I lose something, right? It just said won't connect.
And when you were at Virgin to buy the wired headphones, did the guy think you're mad?
Nah, bro, because I got into about a bit of discussion about it as well.
How much are wired headphones? Like, are they free
Like
now?
£17, whatever that is in dirham, like 17.
So they're not giving them away yet.
That's cheap, bro.
They're not giving them away yet. That's expensive for something so useless.
Honestly, try them.
I'm just shitting on it right now.
Especially with the USB-C ones. Imagine the sound quality on them.
So you're walking around with wired headphones?
Bro, do you know what the worst thing is? I went to the gym this morning because I thought, I've got to get some energy for this big pod, obviously.
Yeah.
I've got to look good on camera.
Yeah, you're getting blessed today.
Yeah, and so I went to the gym, and I went with my wired headphones in, and then I got to the gym and I put my my Beats gym ones on.
Yeah.
And I took them off and put my wired ones in to walk home. So I made sure I had the most smallest amount of time with my wireless headphones on.
By the way, the ones that go around your ear, I can't wear those at the gym. I've got both.
Yeah.
I can't because I sweat. Does that not bother you? That when you take it off, it's all
Well,
wet?
I don't have those ones. I have the little ones over your ear. The little hooks.
I see. Got ya. So you're on that dad vibe.
Yeah, man. I just don't care.
You feel like that vibe?
I turn up to the gym, scruffy, smelly, and hell. I just don't care, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm the most anti-Dubai. I just walk around in Dubai like this is what I don't care.
Well, the thing is, the people that do look like Dubai, they're the ones that don't have money.
probably, man. I mean, I literally just. Do you know what the thing that I've noticed as well is that I've decided a long time ago that just to be who you want to be. I remember when I first started out when I was like 17. Let's go back a little bit. When I was like 16, 17, I remember like I was 18 years old. I just bought my first car. You know, I'd worked really, really hard to get this car, and I parked it outside the front of my house. And I came back, and someone had crashed into the side of the car and left a note on the car. And I called the note because I was like, thank God they left a note. Called the note, and it was a fake number, right? And it broke me because I literally, all my friends had got cars bought for them. You know, one friend had 2 cars bought for him. I had to graft for my car, you know? So I was broken. I was like, this is ridiculous. I've worked so hard for this car. I remember I was really insecure as a kid at that age. And I tell this story all the time. I was brushing my teeth in the mirror, and I decided literally by looking in the mirror, I was like, I'm no longer going to care what people think about me. And the next day I launched my first company.
Wow.
And at that point, I cannot describe it. Like, I get shivers thinking about it. Like 100%, like that exact moment, I went from being this anxiety-ridden kid, like a little bit nervous, couldn't talk in front of a class, to just being like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And honestly, from the next day, I started my first company. It was terrible, went to 0, but irrelevant. I then decided I didn't care anymore. And now I've just lived my life being like, it is what it is. And, you know, as I got more successful, I was maybe like, let's say 22, 23, being who I wanted to be. And these like boomers, like 45, 50-year-old, just couldn't get to grips with how this kid was just turning up on their turf and just taking market share from them. And so, yeah, if I want to wear some wired headphones, I'll wear some wired headphones. If I want to wear some dodgy ripped jeans or go to like a networking group wearing a t-shirt where everyone's wearing a shirt, I just don't really care.
Yeah.
And if people turn me away for it, I'll just walk away. Like, I just don't care. I went to a client thing. I'm launching some new software, so I've been testing the software with one of our other companies. So I'm doing some pitches again. It's quite fun, bro. And I walked into, it was a really big lead actually. It's one of the biggest real estate brokers in Dubai, is a lead. So I walked in and I was wearing ripped jeans, scruffy trainers, and a creased t-shirt. And the guy said to me, this is so bad actually. He said to me, you could have dressed for the occasion. And I said, I won't need to. And then I got the pitch.
And you got it?
Yeah, of course. But it's like, I no longer play, I don't want to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm just not here to play the game. I'm here because, and the great thing is, like, I said to Brad, my business partner, it's like, when you don't need to run for money, like when you're not in Dubai, you have to work. Like, life's calm, man. Life's calm. Like, you do what you want to do. You work people you want to work with. You attract what you want to attract. And if you don't want to do it, you just go to the beach for the day. And it sounds really bad, like, for people who probably are listening to this podcast and have to work, whatever. But like, this is from 16, 17 years of graft. Like, I've just done it since I was 16, 17. And I've you know, the first year of business, pay myself nothing. Second year of business, pay myself $600 a month. Like, you put the graft in and it all plays out. But now I'm just like, no, if I want to live in Bali for 3 months of the year, I'll do that, you know? So yeah, I don't know how we got to that. That transit was nice, right?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I've got a similar story, and I think you and I have kind of similar lives. In just, it's a great life to live. I'm not going to lie to you, but we've gone through a lot of stress to get to here, right? But that creates the barrier to entry. People are scared of bankruptcy. People don't want to get into financial debt to start a business or whatever. They want to have a safe job, pay their taxes, and go home, right? But it's sick fucks like you and I that risk it all. I had a meeting once with a billionaire, and he was looking at doing a development, and he wanted to give a section of it to us to come in and lease off him for one of the businesses. And the agent who was doing the deal was good friends with the billionaire, and his son actually has he's 14, he's a sports psychologist, lives in Spain, he's trying to be a Formula 1 driver, and the agent said, hey, can I meet you maybe like half an hour before the meeting, just outside down the road at a coffee shop? He's like, look, me and you, we're friendly, we talk a lot of shit, we joke, but this is a billionaire, okay? I need you to be on your best behavior, I need you to and I got offended. And when we went to the meeting, the first thing I said to he started the meeting, the billionaire walked in and he started talking, and I said to him, guys, before we start the meeting, when are the strippers coming?
No, but the best boys, the best business owners, the top, they want the banter.
100%.
The most serious people are the people lower in the food chain.
Yeah.
The people that are killers, right? They want the banter. I went to a meeting with someone who was absolutely loaded the other day, and I was just chilling with them. And it was a really serious start to meeting. So I said, I can see you got PlayStation 5 over there. I will smash you on FIFA.
Yeah.
And he was like, next week? I was like, next week.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's get the tone of the room right here.
Yeah.
Like, none of us have to be here. Like, we're here because we want to work together. But you talk about, you know, we're not worried about going to zero. I got a great story. You know, when I've been in the UK my whole life, and what that means is your culture is very UK dependent, right? You know, the UK is not a bad place for different cultures, but realistically, it's very UK, you know, predominantly. I met a guy out here, Indian guy. He went from earning $300 a month in India to being worth multiple millions of pounds in the UK. And he's starting a new project of which I've invested in. And I said to him, how deep are you going in this? He's like, bro, I've put in everything. I was like, how much is everything? He's like, I put in $5 million. And I was like, what if it goes to zero? And he goes, look to me and goes, bro, my zero isn't your zero. He's like, I was on $300 a month. I've already got 3 houses in Mumbai. I've already got a place in Dubai. I can't go to zero anymore. And like, when you look at it like that, it's so true. It's like, some of these people are just, they've really come from nothing. Like, you know, my nothing is, I can go move with my dad again, right? Their nothing is, well, it's impossible to get there again. Like, because these people have been brought up on literal poverty. And when you think of it like that, when you have, like, you know, India, 4 billion population of just hungry individuals that want to build and want to do amazing stuff, like the opportunity is crazy. And I sit there and I get so frustrated with the Western governments, which is obviously half the reason I'm here. And I think to myself, entrepreneurs and business owners and people who do stuff, we aren't afraid to take risks, right? So when you increase taxes or when you do a policy that we don't agree on, the people who are most likely to revolt and therefore leave are the entrepreneurs, which is your wealth creators. So when you do a stupid policy, the only thing that's going to happen is the people willing to leave will leave, and the people most willing to leave are entrepreneurs. It just makes no sense to me. So I was on a podcast like 2 months ago, and I was speaking to me about what I thought about the UK government and stuff, and obviously I ranted for a while. But the summary of it all was, if I have a decision to make as an individual where I base myself, right? That is my, you know, I can decide where I want to be. Do I back the government that over the last, well, let's just say over the last 200 years, the UK has gone from having the royal flush 200 years ago, reserve currency of the world, basically owned half the world, to now being an island, right? And if you speak to anyone who's like big over here, they don't see UK as anything anymore. The UK is an island with America by its side. It's nothing. Or do you go to the guy that built a city from the desert in 25 years? Like, I don't know about you, but like the obvious move there is to go complete degrading empire to zero, or the guy that built a place out of the desert. Like, and these are just the decisions that, I don't know, don't really scare me to make.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a beautiful place, and look, every empire has its day. Every empire has its era, you know. So it's got to.
And we know which one's next. Going next.
But you know, going back to what you were saying. There's a quote from Warren Buffett. He said, "Serious business people are not serious." And this guy, when I made that comment, he loved it, and me and him started talking about Formula One, and the agent knew nothing about Formula One. So and I turned to him going, 2 more questions and we'll start the meeting. Like sit in your place. And as I was leaving, I shook his hand in front of the billionaire and I said, sorry if that wasn't professional enough for you. Just to get him a little bit.
The other thing I've also noticed is that whenever you're having conversation with people that are actually good at what they do, like genuinely in their DNA, they can pretty much touch on most topics. So like when you're in a room with somebody who you know is a killer, like they're really good at what they do, you can talk about, you could sprinkle about Formula One, you could sprinkle about this, you could sprinkle about that, and they'll have some base level of understanding about that because their general conversations are so much more varied. They could be talking about, I don't know, investing in Dubai one minute, they could be talking about such and such the next minute. So they can cover most topics, whereas people who are hyper serious and hyper lasered will only talk about one thing. They'll have no variation in their topic of conversation. So that's why I love Dubai so much, because when you go to a room, a dinner, a drink, whatever, the conversation normally can be so broad because people have actually lived here. You know, like I said this the other day to my mates. I was like, I've realised why drinking culture is so bad in the UK, because they have nothing else to talk about or do. Like, you know, you've done your 9 to 5 in the UK. You've come back to maybe your girlfriend, whatever. You've cooked dinner and you've watched Netflix and you've gone to bed. Like, you've done nothing. So like, what are you going to talk about with your friends the weekend apart from football and maybe drink a beer? Like, you've not lived. You've not traveled the world. Whereas if I go to go out with people here, it's like, oh, I've just come back from Zanzibar, I've just come back from Bali. I've just invested in this. Have you seen this new development that's happening? The metro is getting extended. Like, the conversation is so much varied.
So different.
Like,
I agree with you. I mean, when I catch up with my friends in Australia, it's all about, oh, this guy started at work, he doesn't know what he's doing, how's the wife, how's the kids. There's no...
it's boring.
This is boring. And, you know, last night I had dinner, some guy's birthday. It was at the very top of this building hotel. Like, he booked out the whole thing, and there was this private singer for us. Like, this poor lady's singing for 5 hours while we're having how many courses? I don't know how many courses they brought out. I wasn't counting, but beautiful. Like, I'm thinking, like, what are we doing here?
That's wild, isn't it? It's wild. But you know what? Like, the thing that I loved most about this place, and look, I've only been here. I think I moved here March 26th.
You did?
Yeah.
January 22. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I haven't been, and then
we're both fresh.
And since then, I've been to Bali for a month, Thailand for a month, went to the UK for a month.
Oh, so you haven't even been here long?
Bro, I've been here half the time. But the thing that I love about this place is, like, it's the one place in the world that I've noticed where every single person is here to level up.
Yeah.
Right. No, but like, and people don't really get this. Like, especially they don't get it in the West. It's like, if you're doing a job that, you know, like, you're a waitress, you're still leveling up. Because where they're from, it's a level up. Yeah. If you're a millionaire, you're leveling up. If you're a billionaire, you're every single part of society is trying to level up, which means what you've got is the best level from every single society.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to level up.
Yeah.
So that's why there's no problems here, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're at a point where everyone's here to level up. No one's here because they want to level down. No one's here because they want to swan around. Everyone's here to level up.
Yeah.
And when you have a culture where the base mindset is to level up, everyone levels up.
Well, I mean, Sheikh Mohammed in his book said, well, not in his book, in an interview, he said, in the desert, have you heard about this? In the desert, the lion wakes up trying to outrun the gazelle to not go to bed hungry. And the gazelle wakes up trying to outrun the lion to stay alive. In Dubai, I don't care if you're the gazelle or the lion. When you wake up, you run.
That's it.
You're here to work.
Yeah. But the thing that I've heard that analogy before.
Have you?
Yeah, okay. I think back when I was like I used to call it donkey work, right? Where it was like you just got a task you need to do for the greater good of your journey.
Yeah.
So I used to like have these headphones on and just listen to like motivational speakers on repeat, bro.
Were they wired?
They probably were. Mate, back in the day, we were OG anyway. We had some beat up headphones in those days.
They had the little foam thing.
Bro, we had the wired headphones because that's all we could get.
That's true.
It wasn't a decision at that point. But you know, I listened to like Eric Thomas and like some people like that, and he was like, there's two differences between a lion and a gazelle. The lion wakes up wanting to eat. The gazelle runs because he has to run. Like that's a different analogy, but it's like if you want to be a gazelle, you're only running because you're getting chased.
Well, the lion has to eat too.
Yeah, but the gazelle is only running because he has to survive.
But the lion's got to eat to survive.
And I've got to eat, and you've got to eat. But the gazelle is only running because he has to run.
Sure.
If he could just sit and chill and eat grass all day, he'd eat grass all day.
No, but you're true. But you're saying the lion is chasing the gazelle for an option to eat.
No, because he's hungry, bro.
Because he's hungry.
He's a driven entrepreneur and he wants to eat. That's the analogy I'm trying to make.
Yeah, okay.
But the gazelle doesn't have to. He can just chill and he can eat his grass.
Yeah.
And that's the UK.
Yeah, I get it.
They're the gazelle.
Yeah.
They're just sat there eating.
Yeah.
They can eat. They can eat quite calmly.
Yeah.
Because there's no lion running. No one's chasing them.
No. But you know that's not for me, happiness is progress. And if you're sitting there just eating grass, I am
Well, why do you think there's so much depression in the West?
Miserable. In Canada, I was in Canada a few weeks ago. Every second ad is like a depression ad. Like, are you depressed? Talk to someone. I'm like, what's going on here?
I was baffled when I was in America. I was in America for a month last year, and I turned the TV on, and bro, I've never seen so many medical adverts in my life. I just couldn't understand it. Everything was a medical advert. I was baffled by it. Like, and I'm just really baffled by the way. And look, mental health is a serious thing, obviously, but it's crazy how there's not like multiple steps people go through before they're just given a tablet.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember. So I've never been depressed. I've never been down. I might have been low at points because we're on a business journey, right? It's tough. What did I do? I quit drinking. I just quit drinking. I ran. I went to the gym, and I felt better. I'm not saying that's the solution for everybody. Of course, it's not. That's a very broad brush to think. But if I'm going through a process where I'm not feeling great, what decisions am I going to make? Right. First thing, let's stop putting poison into our body. So if you're smoking, stop smoking. If you're drinking, stop drinking. And then let's look at what food you're eating. And then let's start looking at like working out and, you know, how you get natural endorphins in your body. And then from that point, you can work. And when I quit drinking, I said this to everybody, it was the most productive 2 years of my life. Genuinely, I quit drinking. 2 years, most productive 2 years of my life. I felt on top of the world. I felt unbeatable. I would literally walk around feeling unplayable. So when you go into a meeting where you're, because our first main business that did well was a marketing agency. So when you're going into pitches and you genuinely feel unplayable, how do you think they see watching you? You look unplayable. So everyone wants to work with you. So and the only time I started drinking again was when we went into lockdown. I really miss red wine. So I had some red wine.
I'm not really a big drinker, but
I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
And I'm even less of a drinker in Dubai.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I've been invited to a Halloween thing this weekend, and I just don't want to drink.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the point? Everyone's gonna get drunk. I don't want to go out.
I was at a dinner party last night. I had one glass of red.
Yeah.
That's it. And everyone else did too. No one had more or whatever. It's just so we don't need to get our stimulation, our dopamine from that anymore.
I don't know if it's like a anxiety.
Go to a club in London.
Yeah.
Sober. The worst.
Bro,
time.
no, you say that.
The worst.
Bro,
time.
I did 2 years of going to clubs and being sober. I had the time of my life. Bro, just go in there, maybe have a Red Bull to keep you going, because it gets a bit tired at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
But I think this comes down to your mindset and mentality.
Yeah, very true.
Like if you need to drink because you have a certain level of anxiety or insecurities, like okay, I get it. You need to drink to be able to dance on the dance floor, to talk to the girl, whatever you need to do. But if you're genuinely 100% confident in your ability and who you are, and you just know yourself, and you don't really care about people's opinions, like let's go back to the teeth brush in the mirror, right? You don't care about people's opinions.
Yeah.
Then why do you need alcohol?
No, for me it's not that. It's if I'm not drunk and I'm around drunk people, everyone's annoying me.
Nah, I find it funny.
Everyone's annoying.
Nah, it's funny. It's hilarious.
But if I'm drunk, then I'm on the same level as them. But if I'm the sober one and there's drunk people around me, I hate everyone. Like,
nah,
you're slobbering on me, you're spitting in my ear.
I find it so funny.
You're too sweaty. Like, for me, it's like, get away from me.
Do you know what though? I've actually not been out in Dubai yet.
Haven't you? Have you been to the Nice Guy?
No,
not been
out. I've been out, but I've not been out. I just generally just can't be bothered, bro.
Actually, yeah.
I just can't be bothered. Like I'm like, cool. If you want to go out and have a good time, no problem at all. I'd rather just chill by the pool.
Yeah.
I'd rather go for some nice food.
Yeah.
I'd rather go for a late night walk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I did that, right, at university and like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of so over this mentality that everyone just parties all the time. I don't know. I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old now.
Me too. Yeah. Well, you were born in 93?
Yeah.
93, yeah. I was born in 90, right? So I'm 33. I'm over it too.
Yeah.
Like, my hip hurts. You know what I mean? Like that.
Bro, I started playing football over here,
Yeah.
And so I played Sunday League in the UK.
Yeah.
And that was nice. It's 9 degrees, 8 degrees, 7 degrees, and you're playing against like fat guys basically.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm skinny. I can do it.
Yeah.
Bro, I started playing over here. It's like 34 degrees. They're getting you to do sprints across the pitch for training.
Crazy.
And the lads are all fit.
Yeah. And they're all fit.
Yeah, of course. Because it's like how many people have you seen overweight in Dubai? Rare.
Yeah.
In the UK, not rare. So you take the average pool of people and put on a football pitch, they're all going to be okay.
How good looking are people in Dubai?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, bro.
Yeah, everyone's so good looking.
I've been D-ranked. I might have been a 6 or 4, now I'm a 4, bro. It's difficult,
Well, I mean, I went the other way because I went from a white society to like a Middle Eastern society.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's one of us. I've gone up, you've gone down.
Right,
now you know what it feels like to be in.
Wow. Anything goes in this podcast.
Yeah, anything goes in this podcast. How much money do you have in your bank account?
In my actual bank account?
In your actual bank
not
account?
much. Like not much at all.
If I had a gun to your head right now, if I took your dad,
yeah,
and I said to him, "I'm gonna kill this motherfucker,"
no, my
liquidate everything you have.
My personal bank account has very little in it. I wouldn't even know, but very little. I'll tell you the reason why.
Why?
First of all, I don't need money in my bank account. Second of all, I buy a lot of crypto. And third of all, I have to play the first year in Dubai very carefully, apparently, according to my accountant.
What does that mean?
So, because it's my first year out of the UK.
Oh, I see.
So I literally pay myself when I need money. I have very little in my bank account right now.
I see.
So it's,
okay, I've got your dad. I've got a gun to his head. I said, yo, you need to sell all your crypto. What are you sitting on right now?
Nah.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't playing these games, bro, because this is like rule number 1 of Bitcoin. Never say how much Bitcoin you have, bro. I was I was at the barber shop the other day, and this guy walks in with this stunning girl. You know, she was incredible, and this guy was ugly. Yeah. And they had a little conversation, and the barber turns to me and goes, "That's what 1,000 bitcoins do."
Oh wow.
And I thought to myself, why the fuck did he say he had 1,000 bitcoin? What a fucking moron.
Yeah, what a retard.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, well, why are you saying that? Who you playing? This is the thing. Like, I genuinely have. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Yeah, no, of course, I know.
I just don't care.
No.
This is what I mean this deadly seriously. Like, I remember I was at an event like 3 years ago, and everyone knows I'm really bullish on Bitcoin, and all I have is Bitcoin. I don't have any other coins. And this guy just kept asking me all day, like, how many Bitcoins do you have? How many Bitcoins do you have? How many Bitcoins do you have? Do you have more than 60? Do you have more than 200? Do you have more than 30? Like, bang, 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 bang. And I just said, bro, I'm not saying. And he kept going. And the more drunk he got, the more he kept going. Like, he got to the point where it must have been 30 times. And I said, bro, I'm not saying that. But there's no benefit in my life telling you.
You should just tell him one.
No, I just said, I don't want to talk about it. Like, and in the end, like, his girlfriend taking me aside, like, please, can you stop doing this? It's actually now really embarrassing. How he's just persistent.
Oh my god. She's gonna leave him. She's lost respect for him.
I mean, she obviously fancy me.
See, just say one next time.
I'll just say none. I got liquidated.
Yeah, just say, look, I held it on FTX.
Yeah, and it just went down.
Do you hold yours on a ledger?
So I there's another strategy which is called multi-sig.
Okay.
So a multi-sig wallet is where you have multiple keys and multiple ledgers.
Okay.
And you need to use more than one to unlock them.
Sure.
So I have mine on a 5-sig wallet.
Sure.
So to move the Bitcoin, you have to sign from 3 of them.
I've got all my crypto on exchanges.
Yeah, I mean that's really awesome. I mean, but here's the thing.
Is that a bad idea?
No, but here's the thing, right? And look, I don't really get it from a technical standpoint. I get it from the economic standpoint, which is just like the world's going to shit.
Yeah.
This is a fixed asset. But there's a problem. If you don't understand the technology, right? If you don't understand technology at all, you can lose it all by not understanding the technology. Like if you went sent into a ledger, but you did it all wrong, you didn't back up your keys, whatever. Yeah. You can go to zero. You got a strong chance of going to zero anyway. Whereas if you put it on an exchange, you're banking that the exchange is safer than your knowledge of the asset.
Of the asset, yeah, correct.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. And also, Binance isn't going to go anywhere.
Don't know. Binance.us looks dodgy right now.
FUD. Not FOMO. FUD.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But so mine was 5 keys. You've got to use 3.
But here's the thing. Even with Nano Ledger, didn't they get hacked recently?
All their data records got sent out. Yeah, it's rogue.
So what do you want me to do?
We're gonna get a fancy coffee.
Yeah, we're gonna get a fancy coffee.
Can you get the most soy boy drink for yourself? And we can do like a review.
No.
So let's do this. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask her what's the most top selling product.
Okay. And
it'll be some soy boy. No, it won't. We're in Dubai.
Well, let's just
can you say if you were a basic white girl from the UK, what drink would you order? And ask her that question, and then we can try it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basic white girl.
Okay.
You know the type.
Of course I know the type.
Yeah.
Good morning, welcome to Starbucks.
Her name is Tiffany. Hi, I've got a really basic white girl in the car. What's like the most basic white girl drink? Is it like the double caramel frappuccino?
Basic one?
What's like the most popular drink?
Popular drink.
What's the most popular drink?
Double shot ice shaken, sir.
What?
Double shot ice shaken.
Double shot ice shaken. Perfect. But that's not a milk or anything. So okay. Can I get 1 large double shot ice shaken? Tariq, what would you like?
The medium coffee or extra shot?
No, thank you very much.
You sure? Water?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Extra shot?
What you just said.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it.
You can't get the staff in the UK to do upselling. Have you noticed this? Here, it's like second nature.
Yeah, you're
right,
I
love it. No, I love the hunger, bro, because I know they're getting commission on this. I must be, bro. If you sell this product, if you upsell, average order value needs to be above $21. If it's above $21, I reckon I'm convinced on it.
You're actually right. I own gyms in Australia, and I just cannot get them to do the right thing.
Because the incentivization isn't enough for them to bother.
Like sell the sauna membership with the membership. Yeah. They don't care. Hi, how are you? You alright?
2 ice shaken and 2 bottle of water.
Thank you so much. You live a real nomad lifestyle.
I live a very simple lifestyle, bro.
You know what I mean? A real nomad lifestyle.
My whole thesis on it always, the less things you have to worry about, the less stress you have in your life.
The better.
So I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest.
How is that, by the way?
I've not tried it yet. I'm
Is
waiting
it
for you.
sweet like
No,
everything else?
I'm waiting for you, bro. I want to have we're gonna do a review, right, of the most popular drink sold in Starbucks. This is the live review. But it's not white girl enough for me. I'll be honest with you. I was expecting something more pink. She didn't understand the white girl Tiffany thing, did she?
Of course.
She didn't get it.
No, she didn't get it. No, but I got it. I need to line my stomach before I have coffee.
I don't want anything, bro. I'm good. I've actually eaten, unlike you, clearly.
Yeah, I haven't eaten. I went to bed at 3 a.m. last night. 3:30.
You can tell the performance is very poor.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's give it a go.
Right. So when you drink it, you've got to put yourself in this. You are Tiffany. Feel it. Yeah. For one moment, you.
I already know this is gonna be really sweet.
Yeah.
I already know.
Because Tiffany would do it. Tiffany likes sweet. This is fine.
That's actually really good.
It's fine. It's way too sugary.
I thought it would be more sugary than what it is. So what are the new businesses that you're working on? You got 2 new businesses that you're working on.
Yeah. So we've always gone into things really fast, with not much thought, to be honest with you, but with the idea that if it fails, we just bin it off and move on with our lives.
Okay.
That's kind of our whole thesis. So we moved to Dubai because we got bored in the UK. We got bored in the UK where we're like, why are we paying so much taxes? There's no incentive. So the year that I moved here, my accountant, every year we sit down and she goes, right, Pete, Brad, what are you investing in next? And that was the first year. This was the first year where I went, I'm not. Since I was 16. First year I went, I'm not. She went, why? I was like, 25% corporation tax, 50% income tax, 27% capital gains tax. If I win, I pay roughly 60, 70%, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If I lose, I lose. Like, those are just bad odds to me.
Yeah, right.
So I said to her, nothing, and she...
You're almost punished for being successful.
Yeah, so I said to her, nothing, and she would look to me like, is everything okay? I said, I'm just going to chill for a bit. So we chilled for a bit, and then we were like, let's open a chain of bagel shops in the UK.
Okay.
And then we were like, what the fuck are we doing?
Doesn't sound like you.
This is not me, bro. I hate what we doing. So we did everything. We went to view some locations. We went open 3 bagel shops, whatever. And then I was like, nah. Then as soon as they've said corporation tax is now 25%, I was like, nah, I'm done. I was like, Brad, choose the city. He's like, no, I'm not leaving. I was like, cool, I am. I'm going to Dubai. He's like, what? I was like, I'm booking you a flight in January. Booked him a flight in January, took him out here. 3 days in, he goes, I'm moving here. We moved in March 26th.
So you're a business partner here as well?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
are you guys staying together?
No. We're in the same building, but he's a different flat.
Yeah.
I could never. When we first started, we lived together, bro. Never again.
Wow.
We're just such different personalities.
Yeah.
My piece is loud music, chilling on the sofa. His is lying on the sofa.
Yeah.
You know, like it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You
like chaos.
Yeah, I love chaos.
Yeah.
And people say to me all the time, like, my whole thing is I walk into a business, walk into a room, cause chaos, and then Brad will come in and sweep it up.
Yeah.
But you need someone to cause the chaos, and you need someone to sweep it up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So we came and we're like, right, cool, we're here now, let's just chill. And we just chilled, honestly, for like 2 or 3 months. And I met my friend, the Indian guy, the crypto guy. He said, bro, you can't be in Dubai and working on nothing, bro. You can't be working on nothing. And I was like, nah, but I've worked since I was 16, I want to chill. He's like, okay, the time will come. And then we went to, me and Brad went to Thailand. We got like a villa in Thailand. We're just chilling there for a month. And I've never had such a productive, the first 2 weeks, I got ill. I literally was in hospital for 4 days in Thailand, actually.
Wow.
But anyway, before the point.
Why you got like food
I
poisoning?
just got fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
You always get it when you go to Bali. Did you get Bali, Billy?
nah, I was good in Bali.
You're good in Bali.
Good in Bali.
Every time I go to Bali, I'm down for 7 days.
Yeah.
You gotta get the IV and everything. Yeah.
Anyway, so the first 2 weeks, most productive 2 weeks of our whole career. We were sat there.
Wow.
There was one moment where it was romantic, bro. We were on a Google Doc together, sat next to each other on a balcony. We weren't talking, but the Google Doc was just getting filled in. And I said to him, I just turned and I went, how fucking cool is this? He's like, bro, we don't need to talk. We know what each other. He knew what I was doing on that sheet. I knew what he was doing on the sheet. We knew each other's tasks on that sheet. We were
just doing it.
And this sheet of like this business plan, finance plan, investment plan for this new business we were launching was just getting filled in.
Wow.
And it was beautiful to see. So we're launching a new drug. We got a drug company, like a pharmacy that we got one that does hair loss. We got a few other drug companies with drugs we're launching. We've got they've got a tool called Zapped, Zap.ai. It should be out in about 2 weeks. And basically what that does is you get your 10 dream customers. AI then finds 1,000 that are similar to you, buys the data, writes the email opening based on who they are, what company they work for, and what you do as a service. If you get a positive reply from that, you get an email saying positive reply in. If you accept it, it then sends the data back to the AI to buy more data like that. If you reject it, it sends the data back to the AI to say buy less data like that. So it's like Facebook ads, it just optimizes over time. And we tested it in Dubai like over the last like month or so. Bro, I had a meeting with Dubai head of economic activity.
Wow.
From that tool.
From that tool.
From the tool. And you know, and I was like, I just bowled in, and I was chatting to the guy who literally runs the economic attraction. And you know, he said something really, just on a side note, he said something really interesting. He goes, Dubai only navigates politics for business activity. We don't get involved for any other reason.
Dubai is like a company.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's more of a company than it is a country.
Yeah, I love it. So I was telling this guy, I was like, just FYI, I got this meeting for my new tool I'm building. He's like, that's really cool.
Wow.
And then, but what I was doing, I was testing the tool through my marketing agency in the UK. So like, we would send out things being like, for our marketing agency. So I was getting leads from that marketing agency and then just turning up because like, I need to see how the quality of these leads, I need to test it out properly. But then at the end, I was like, just FYI, the reason I actually got this meeting in the first place is because this new tool I'm bringing out called Zapped.
Yeah.
And they were like, can we have an introduction to this tool? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So we're building that one. And then...
So how Zapped works is somebody comes to you with a startup.
So if they want business leads, they could be a big accountancy firm, they could be a big law firm, they could, anyone who wants business leads, right? So traditionally, business leads is you pick the phone up, you make 100 phone calls a day, you send emails out, you store people on LinkedIn. That's traditional BD
Sure.
and business. It's a long time, very expensive, the quality of the leads is terrible, you're sieving through just crap all the time. This basically is AI does the sieving for you.
And you take over 70% of the business and they take the 30%.
No, stop. Pause on that.
Okay.
We own that 100%.
You own Zapped.
Zapped.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But the company that comes to you, you take a percentage.
No, so we charge a fee for the service. So the software is like, I don't know, $4,000 a month.
Sure.
Something like that. It depends on how much you need. It's like a SaaS product.
Got ya.
But yeah, so however that works. But they keep it all. They get all the business.
Yeah. Sorry, offline you were telling me something about
That's a different project.
That's a different project.
Yeah, this is another one.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about that one now.
I got confused.
Yeah, so that's the B2B one, and that's the one that I'm currently actively working in right now, and that's going to be live in 2 weeks, and that'll be my little BD role for 3 months.
Really sweet now.
Really sweet, bro.
Yeah, now it's really sweet.
Really sweet. So this is my role for the next 3 months. Will be just making sure this business is set up right. Brad will be making sure the operations are right. I'll make sure sales are right, and then the movement gets some traction. We bring in a team to run it, right?
Okay.
But that's the beautiful. Honestly, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyone who needs business leads, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because there's no long-term contract. Just give it a fucking go. Do you know what I mean? Just give it a go.
Yeah.
And it will speak for itself. So that one. And then in the UK, like we've obviously got a few brands that need business leads. We're just, I'm like, do I really need a business development team anymore? So there's that. And then the other one, I was in the UK at an angel investment meetup, and this guy was pitching his like CRM system he built. And the dev work, the software was built beautifully, but the guy was clueless to his own admission to me about market fit, how to market it, everything to do with that. And he's like clueless about it. And I said, look, I really like you. I'm in Manchester in a week's time. Let's go for a dinner. So I went for him to meet him, and I said, look, there's 3 projects I want to build right now. Quote me on these. I just turned it to him and said, quote me on these. He goes, I don't want to quote you. I want to do it for free and get percentage. He's like, I know, like he didn't say these exact words, but he's like, I know a winner when I see one, and I want to jump on the ship.
Wow.
And I said, that works for me. Like, I think like, you know, most of my success has been giving someone equity, supporting them on their journey, and then everyone wins. Which is very similar to you, right? And I was like, cool. So I called Brad, and I was like, Brad, this guy just wants to do these free and do them with us. And Brad was like, I don't really feel comfortable with this guy doing it for free. Like he's got kids, he's got like a wife to look after, whatever. So I called him back and I said, look, I want to make sure you can live. I don't want any stress in your life. Like, tell me how much you need to live. He told me how much you need to live. I said, cool, I'll pay that monthly, so you don't have to even worry about money. I said, but I'll give you 20% of anything you build as well. So not only do you get 20% of the business, you also get your cost covered. So you don't have to worry about life. I just want you to build. Yeah. Then I got another friend involved with a designer. I said, same thing, same principle. I'll give you 10% and I'll pay you to cover your costs. And now what I've done is I've created 10 products I want to build, all on this Google Sheet. If they want to outsource some work to an extra dev to help them support on that journey, if they want to pay someone else, fine, don't really care. Dev gets 20%, designer gets 10%, and I get 70% for funding it, strategy, marketing. And the greatest thing is, all of these are B2B SaaS products. Who's got the best B2B lead gen tool? Me, with Zapped.
Wow.
So like at this point, I have a marketing agency and I have Zapped. So anything I build, I just point my team into the direction of generating leads for it, and it just will generate leads.
Wow.
So these are my next plays. These are, B2B lead generation. I think it will fly. I honestly think it's gonna be the easiest. It's the easiest sell of all time, bro. The easiest. Like I see people like door knocking, cold calling. I'm like, bro, my software will literally do this job for you. Like you've got probably 10 BDs, and I can probably automate it literally in like. And then with the SaaS products, like they're all focused on mainly like B2B SaaS or marketing SaaS.
Yep.
And I know what people need because I've got B2B brands. I know what I need. So we're building like a few of them now, and they'll probably be out in like 6 to 8 weeks. The first one for that. But the thing is, I said to these boys, like, if you want to spend 12 months building a product, be my guest. But you're only gonna get 30% of one product. But if you're clever and you build 10 in 12 months, you get 30% of 10 products. So it's a real incentivization for them to go. And they've got the funding there, they've got the everything there to do it. So we'll see what happens with that one. I mean, it's one of those where it's like, it can go both ways. Like they could just get bored and not crack on. But I think I've got the right people who are going to be just driven and incentivized just to crack on with it. So yeah.
So you make all your money online. You have no brick and mortar business. No. How did you get into that? How did you teach yourself that?
First business when I got someone crashed into my car. The toothbrush story.
Yeah.
Was an advertising network where basically what I tried to create was like I was trying to be the middleman. But it's basically Google now. Like you want to buy ads and we sell ads. There's a middleman in between. That was the first business. It did terrible. Second business, I was working at a retail store in my town, and I realized that every single time someone wanted to install a car radio, they had to get these printout guides. And they flick through them and they'd have to read like, oh, you undo this screw and you screw this in and you do this. And I was like, I'm sure video's a thing. Like, so every single time we went and did a fitment, I'd give the audio guy my camera, my phone, and be like, can you record it? And within like, I don't know, 4 months, we had like 100 videos. Every car you could think of, we had a video of how to remove the radio. Like every single car. Then we started getting them how to install radios and how to add Bluetooth systems and how to make call systems.
Criminals would love that, by the way.
Yeah, fine, don't care. Add revenue, bro, I'll take it. And so we had all this stuff, and it was doing pretty well. We were getting like 25, 30,000 views a day, like on this thing. And the CEO of the company found out that I was doing this. And actually, no, let's rewind. What actually happened was, I knew I needed to meet with the CEO. And so I messaged head of HR and I said, can I have some work experience at head office? To which they said, no, like we don't do work experience. I was like, I really want it in the marketing department. I really want to learn more about marketing. And they're like, no. So I went on the company forum and I basically bitched. And I was like, look, you've got someone who's worked at the company. Like, I want to go into marketing. I just want a week's experience. Like, someone sort it out. The CEO's PA messaged me privately and said, it's done. You got your week. So I went up to the marketing team. The day before I was meant to start on the marketing team, I messaged her and said, hi, can I meet the CEO, please? She was like, yeah, sure. Nobody knows why I'm meeting the CEO at this point, right? I walk into the meeting with my iPad and I say, hi. I won't say his name. I said, hi. I know you probably think that I want to talk to you about like my career. I've actually built, I don't know, 150 how-to guides of how to remove car radios and install them, and the most viewed how-to car site in like probably in the world at that point. And your business and your brand fits perfectly with it. Do you want to watch them? Yeah. Turn around. He goes, wow. He said, wow. And I said, and I spent the rest of the week in the training and BD department.
Wow.
And the plan was that we were going to use the guides to train the staff. So they'd have really intense ones for the staff. And the ones that I had would be lead magnets, people who wanted to buy the product from the company. So anyway, it was a 3 to 4 month project, working really intently with this team.
What a story. You lied yourself in. You lied your way in a meeting.
Bro, wait, bro, this gets even better.
Okay.
This is one of those moments that completely changed my life, right? So I then get in, I'm in chat. I've got a 6 month project now with these guys, nurturing the campaign, whatever. I'm going to the head office. I've got my guy. I've got the guy who helped with the videos, now part of the team. We started getting more companies on board to make more videos. One day I got an email from head of training and development at the company. And he said, Pete, I need to stop doing this right now. And I replied and said, like, no, this is what I do. He goes, either stop working for the company or stop making the videos. You decide. And I wrote back like the most bitchy email of all time, like just like, you know, standard, like, I don't know, 19, 18 year old, whatever it was.
As per my last email.
Yeah, basically, you're a bell end.
Yeah.
And long story short, I got a massive legal letter like a dump of a legal letter being like, you better stop this right now. And I just thought, fuck you, man. So I built a competitor e-commerce store. I thought I've got 25, whatever it is, 1,000 hits every single day. I have a captive audience that want to buy radio products and Bluetooth products. I'm going to start selling these products on the internet. So I just pointed all of my videos to my e-commerce store. And I built an e-commerce store, which was, it was pretty decent. And like we did good money, paid for me to go through university, paid for all my investments. And I got a fat legal letter from them telling me to stop. And I just thought, you're going to sue a 19-year-old? I don't think that's going to happen, bro. So I just kind of cracked on. The CEO was amazing. The problem I found was that middle management didn't like a 19-year-old telling how to do their job. The CEO was a really nice guy, but I say that, he could have stopped the process, but he didn't. But he was a genuinely nice guy, and he's actually honestly one of the best CEOs in the UK. The problem was the guys who were 35, 42, who had basically been doing this their whole life, and this 19-year-old kid had come in and been like, I think you're doing it all wrong. What happened after that? Oh yeah, fast forward like just 8 years or something stupid, and I did a video being like, hi, like I'm Pete and I'm doing this, whatever. The guy that sent me the legal letter, as in the head of training and development, commented on my video.
What did he say?
This guy is a bellend. I had the pleasure, brackets, not pleasure, of working with this guy when he was 19 years old. Looks like nothing's changed. Wow. Yeah, wild, isn't it?
Wow.
And I DM'd him and said,
so
bro,
he's turned into a troll.
I DM'd him and I said, bro, like I was just a 19-year-old kid trying to do my thing. Like, you know, I'm sorry if I offended you at any point during that process. I honestly don't think I did anything wrong. I was like, but I hope you and the family are good.
Nice.
And he replied saying, yeah, I hope you're good too. And that was it. But I screenshot it and sent my boys, and I honestly couldn't believe it. Like, he was literally trying to piss on a 19-year-old kid, man.
Where did you get this from? Like, do you think you were just born with it? What, is there something that you went through? Because, I mean, as a 19-year-old, you shouldn't really be... there's not many 19-year-olds that are trying to take over like that.
When I was 7, my mum died, right? And my dad decided that he was just going to focus on raising me and my brother. And to the point... So I was born in Stoke-on-Trent, which, if anyone knows Stoke-on-Trent, like, it is terrible. Like, it is it's where all the pottery used to get made in the UK before it's now outsourced to China or whatever. So when the pottery mills shut down, it was a very deprived area. Like, I would actually say right now it's one of the most deprived areas in the UK.
Wow.
And that's where we lived. My mom died, and my dad decided to move closer to his side of the family, which is down in Cambridge. And when people say Cambridge, I think it's a really fancy area. Now, Cambridge is a lovely area, but there are obviously areas around the area as well. And my dad basically grafted all of the money he had together to buy a property in a good area. And he never dated seriously. He never remarried. Even if you asked him to this day, he said, my number one aim was raising you 2 boys.
Wow.
Like, that's it. He didn't care about anything else. And it's, I remember, he'll hate me saying this. I remember one time we were in Tesco, it's like a supermarket.
Yeah.
And we were at the checkout, and his card just got declined. And he goes, oh, sorry, I'll go get some cash and I'll come back in. We went outside, and I said, oh, Dad, the cash machine's there. And he goes, there's no money, Pete. And I was probably...
How old were you?
I don't know. I was probably like 16, 17. It was around that sort of time. And at that point, I just realized I think I linked monetary worry to the anti of happiness, I guess, right? So, or money to happiness, I guess. At that point, I probably did some sort of link with, like, my dad is sad. He's writing on his whiteboard how much money he can spend on groceries, like. And this guy is someone who's literally dedicated his whole adult life now to raising me and my brother. Like, I need to just figure something out. And then obviously guys crashed into and then, you know, my friends, because I was in Cambridge, like, some of my friends were really rich. Like, I remember one guy got a car bought for him. It was a category D write-off, which means basically it's a dodgy car. So his parents bought him the same car again, but new. So he had 2 cars in his driveway, and I was slaving away to buy my 1 car, which someone crashed into. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I wouldn't say, like, I've not had it bad, like, $300 a month bad, you know, like in India, let's be real. But, like, in terms of, like, the base in the UK, sometimes are really hard, but I honestly look at my dad and just think, you're the most amazing human.
And how are you repaying him back now?
I think he just loves my journey, my story, man. I think he is so bought in with just, like, he knows, like, you know, it's so great, like, when you have somebody who has literally seen your whole journey. Like, he knows, like, I would be editing videos till 1 a.m. He knows that I would be, like, supporting him when he was trying a business that maybe wasn't working or whatever. Like, he's seen the whole story. The whole story. And now he's like, yeah, go to Dubai, bro. You've done well. Go to Dubai. And he's coming out actually next week. And
Nice.
yeah, and the thing is, like, he used to scuba dive a lot. My mum got really ill, so he couldn't scuba dive anymore. So he he dropped everything, bro, to look after us, everything. And I said to him, I said, Dad, I just done my scuba license. I was like, we're going to Fujairah to scuba dive. He's like, no way. I was like, and then in March we're going to Bali to scuba dive.
Nice.
Because I'm like, this is something he did. He loved when he was younger,
Yeah.
and now he's got someone to go with, and it's me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think people who go through things are always lead to be more entrepreneurial, maybe. I don't think I never got it bad. Don't get me wrong. My dad always tried to protect me from it, but it was more just I saw moments, right? You see moments of like the cash point thing, or you see moments like he literally wrote on that whiteboard like no money.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and he would hate me saying that because he did shelter us from it really, really well, but I noticed it. You know, and it definitely molded me to be the person I am today, for sure.
Is he working now or is he retired?
So it's a really cute story. Like, so he was still in Cambridge, and Cambridge has done really well now as like a location. So he bought the house, and it's doubled in value, but he was still on the mortgage that he was struggling to pay. So I was like, Dad, you've made it. I was like, you've made it. Your two sons are off, both doing well for yourself. You've made it. Don't worry about anything anymore. Sell your house and move to where my businesses are in Lincoln. He's like, no, I don't want to be a burden. It's like, sell your stuff, release a load of equity, buy a nice fancy car, live your life. So he did. And he's like moved up north, took all his assets, because he was like, oh no, I want you boys to have it. I'm like, Dad, we don't need it.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? You know what people are
my
like.
dad's the same way. Yeah, my dad's the
I'm
same
like, we don't need it. Like, I want you to just enjoy yourself. So he's bought a nice car, bought a nice classic car, because he did well on his property he bought.
Yeah.
But I always say to him, the best investment you made was scrabbling that money together to buy that one property, and then just squeezing it through every month on mortgage payments when we were young. He's such a cool guy.
He sounds like a really cool guy. I've got a really close relationship with my dad as well.
I don't know how people don't.
Yeah.
It's wild to me.
Well, there are some dicks out there.
Yeah, but family, man, is the most, for me.
I know, but let me tell you a story. I've got a friend in Australia who had a wife, and his dad was very rich, very narcissistic, and his dad invited, they all lived in the same, because it was a mansion, so they all lived in the same house. He was a kid, like he was like 25 years old, got married straight away, but they live in a mansion, 3-4 stories, they don't see anyone, they're tucked away. He one day said to her, like, so my friend was at work, and he goes, hey, where are you going? She goes, I'm going to school, I'm doing this and that. He goes, I'll take you. No, I'm going to catch a bus. No, it's okay, I'll take you. I got the Maserati, yeah, cool. Gets in the car, goes, hey, listen, before I take you to school, I'm just going to stop by the boat, because they had a boat in the moored on the water. And he goes, come in, like, he takes his son's wife to the boat, opens up a bottle of wine, just starts touching her neck, like, hey, how are you? And she runs away. Wow. So, when you say, I don't understand.
But I think this is like a whole thesis of like, all you have to, the bare minimum to be, let's just talk about men, because I don't understand women like so much, right? The bare minimum for a guy is be good to your family. The bare minimum.
Yeah.
Look after your family, look after your kids, look after your loved ones.
Yeah,
bare minimum.
But there's some sick fucks out there.
Yeah,
but I guess we're talking about the outliers.
Yeah. And I'd hope no one in my DNA gene pool will ever be like that, you know, to get slapped out of them at a young age.
I don't even know if it's got to do with your gene or not. It's probably nurture versus nature. It's probably like what they got.
I'm really intrigued on this whole nurture versus nature thing. I actually don't know which way I play it.
What do you mean?
I think it's both.
So that same family that I'm talking about, there's two brothers. One's a complete narcissist like the dad. One's not. One's the black sheep of the family. Both raised the same way.
So it's okay, fine. There we go.
That broke it for me.
But so you're saying it's what?
I'm saying it's nurture.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's more nurture than nature for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I think it'd be like 70-30.
Yeah. Because you still have it in you.
Yeah. But you know how to control it better, or you have better friends, and like people slap it out of you, like, what you doing, mate?
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing of like, if you see your friends do something really weird and you don't slap them out of it, they'll do it again.
Yeah, correct.
So like, depending on who your friends are,
correct.
It will also nurture you.
I mean, I've had, I've hung out with different groups, when I was a kid, and there'd be a group that they all would want to like talk about how great they are. Nah, man, you're really cool. Nah, man, look how big you're getting. Gym's getting so good. They're just like kissing each other's ass constantly.
Weird.
Not for me.
Nah, weird.
I'm going to the place where they're just shitting on each other.
Bro, everyone needs to calm down.
But, yeah.
Get in line.
But that group, they're all good-looking guys and they're all gym junkies or whatever, but their egos are so fragile.
Yeah, but
you can't talk shit.
I'd also say it's probably a fake relationship.
Mm.
So I remember when I was at sixth form,
Sure.
I look, the thing with me, the thing you always get is I'm very direct.
Yep.
Like what you see is what you get. If I think something, I'll say it. A little bit ADHD or whatever like that. Like I'll just be like, this is what it is. And some people love it, some people hate it. When I was in sixth form, just after secondary school, I started clocking that behaviour from my close group of friends that I didn't like. Like just like things they would do, things they would say. It'd leave me out of a few things, and I'd be like, why didn't they message me about that? And honestly, one day, I deleted them all. Like it's almost like crazy. Me think about my whole friendship group. I just went, nah, this isn't going the direction that it's raining in Dubai.
You've brought the UK weather
It's raining in
to
Dubai.
You've brought the UK weather to Dubai, and I love it.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it.
If it's not a relationship or whatever that is going the way you want it to be or giving you what you think it needs to give you, then you're only going to kill your own mental fortitude by going along with it.
Mm. Very true. Listen, I've had some beautiful relationships. I was 6 years old and I'm not friends with them anymore. Like,
You develop and you move on, man. Like, and sometimes,
and the thing is, the people that don't develop, they get resentful, and you're thinking, hey man, you've become a bit of a hater. You're not really like, oh, good for you, man. Great, congratulations on that business. Good for you. Go to Dubai, do this. You become a bit of a hater, and then you can't have that in your circle.
I heard the other day that I went to a coffee shop in my town. I was in the UK for like 30 days, went for a coffee shop. And I knew a girl that was one of the waitresses, and I just got chatting to her or whatever. And she told me that she went round the back, and her boss was like, why are you talking to Pete? She's like, oh, I know him. Said, why are you talking to him? Like, he's an idiot. She's like, oh, I really like him. I get on with him, he's fine. She goes, you know where he's gone? He's moved to Dubai, probably to avoid tax. And she told me this, and I was like, yeah. Like, is this actually this is your put down now, is it?
Legally?
Wild, mate.
Legally?
So like there are people that just don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. I've been like, you know, like I said, when I first started, like the marketing agency was our first, like we went to a market with nothing at university, we were kids. And I just started walking around and winning work and meeting people, and you know, I always have the opinion that if 70% of people don't like you, it's all right. I can't service 70% of people. I can only service 30% anyway, or I can only be friends with 30% anyway. It doesn't matter to me. Like we're in a place of 6 billion. If 70% of people don't like you, it's fine. It's a good number to have. So I've always just been very much like, this is who I am. So when I was starting that business, most people didn't like me, bro. Because I don't think I did anything wrong. I just was very driven and knew what I wanted to do. And for some people in like the UK, which is very much like, you know, whatever place, like it was just unusual for them. How is this 21-year-old or this 20-year-old kid just walking around and doing this and being so direct to people? He shouldn't be able to do that. He's not. What's he achieved to do that? And I think so. Then people like him is like, why are you talking to him? He's bad. It's like, bro, I said to her, I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who this guy was.
Yeah. Going back to what you said about not giving a fuck, not caring about what people think, dressing however you want. That's the most liberating place to be.
It's the biggest W you can get.
Yeah.
Once you remove, like, you know, I was saying to one the other day, I might have even said to you like before we started recording, like, you know, we're gonna start these companies, and if they don't work, I just close them.
Yeah.
There's no ego attached to anything I do.
Yeah.
So there's a company that we're looking at selling right now, and I said to somebody, you know him actually. I said, oh, we're looking at selling that, and he went, what? Why are you selling that? I was like, I play Monopoly. I have no buy-in to the company. I have no relationship with it. Like, if I think I can sell it for more than I bought it, if I see that it's a good time to sell it or it's good for my career, I'll sell it. I have no relationship loyalty to my business.
Yeah.
And he was like, that makes a lot of sense. But for him, he was like, he's seen the company. He knows what it does. He knows how great it is. And he's like, why are you selling that one? I'm like, I play Monopoly.
Yeah.
I've only ever lost 2 games of Monopoly in my whole life, you know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, we should play.
The whole of lockdown, I played I had an iPad. I played people all over the world.
No way.
Yeah. The only time I lost, I landed on Mayfair 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And the other time it was when I got taxed for the hotels.
Yeah.
It's bad. That's bad luck. You
It
know?
always gets you.
Yeah.
Now you're playing real life Monopoly.
But that's how I see it.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
because the stress is the stress. Like everyone gets stressed. Doesn't matter how like relaxed you are, like the stress. But when you go, it's just a big boys game of Monopoly, and I have unlimited rolls of the dice. I can go around as mate, well, not only but to a degree, I have unlimited rolls of the dice. And if they don't work, I just sell them, and if they do work, then I use them, and then I just play Monopoly, and I build on them, and game Monopoly.
It's hard for me to do that, but I need to do that because I've been in situations where I've seen some red flags in a business and I haven't sold it, and I've held on to it, and I've had to shut it down 2 years later, and I could have sold it for a lot more. So I need to detach myself.
One of the best businesses we bought was the conveyancing business in the UK, like property law.
Yeah, you told me about this one.
And we did a load of marketing work for them and growth work, and so I saw that business go from nothing to where it was. And he called me up one day and said, "You wouldn't mind just holding off on the next invoice, would you?" And I said, "Do you want me to hold off the invoice, or do you want investment?" And he went, "Do you want to chat?" I was like, "Yeah." So I go over, and it turned out he wanted investment. So because it's a really regulated business, like we had to be like approved by this council and that council. We signed up for this and we signed up for that. And long story short, it took ages. And then COVID happened. And because in the UK, I don't know what it's like the rest of the world, you couldn't complete on a house purchase because of COVID. But the way the conveyancing, the property law model works in the UK is you don't get paid until you complete. So he was doing all this legal work, had all these staff, and had zero income.
Wow.
So he literally was going like this, and he called me up and said, "Pete, don't invest." I said, "Bro, I told you I'd put the money in. I told you the only reason it's not in is because this weird framework I've got to jump through these holes." He goes, I said, "I'm putting the money in." He goes, "No, you're not. I refuse to take the money off you." He goes, "This ship is sinking."
Wow.
And he said, "I do not want to take your money and bring it down with me." I said, I'm not bringing it down, but I said, from me, I told you it's going in. I don't care if the situation's changed. We should have done this 6 months ago. He went, "Nah, I'm gonna put it into administration." And I said, "Okay, let me buy it out of administration and give you your shares back, and then we run it again." He's like, "Nah," he said, "I don't want to do this again, man. This has been mentally," and some people just like it's mentally drained. You know what I mean? Like,
you're burnt.
yeah,
you're burnt.
So I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "Whatever." Like I said, but I'll save the business. So then we bought out of administration, and because it went into administration, so we bought this business, right? And it was number one in the UK conveyancing brand. And because it went into administration, nobody would insure it, and you need insurance to be a conveyancer in the UK. So I remember we're sitting having this. Has gone on for, so we bought it. It's gone on for 7 months now. It's got all the running costs, whatever. It's, I can't fucking get insured. Can't do any work. So we're having a steak, and there's me, Brad, my business partner, and Tom, who's the MD now, sat around the table. And I've not really been involved because what normally happens, it sounds quite bad, but I will basically run in there, shake up a load of rooms, do the deal, get out, and then Brad, my ops man,
Come clean it
all up, get the deal done. So I've already done my part of this deal. I'm there for the steak. And they're talking, going, "Oh, you know what, this person won't insure me, this person won't insure me, this person." I've not heard back from this person. I wasn't really in the conversation. I said, "Who's not worked you?" They're like, "This insurance company." I went, "I know someone." I said, give me a week. I called up this guy. I said, "You wouldn't put me in touch with your guy at that company, would you?" Yeah, of course, man. So he goes, "Send him an email what you need." I said, No, I need to call him. I said, "I own this company. It's just it went into administration. I've come out of administration. I need insurance." He goes, No one's going to insure that." I said, "Bro, I need you to insure this one." He said, "Okay, give me a second." So he goes out, no insurance. And then he said, "I pushed this so high up now that I've got the director of this, because he's an insurance broker, the director of this insurance broker speaks to the director of this insurance guy. They're both on holiday on a beach and they're both talking to each other about this project." Now, the way the system works in the UK, you can only use 5 brokers. You can't use anyone else. Sure. So 4 have said, "No, this is my final go. If this guy says no, I'm out." And we're now like 10 months in, like 11 months in. And I get a phone call from this lady, and she goes, "Pete, I've got a insurance quote. It's £100,000 for the year." And I went, "Cool, I'll take it." And she goes, No. This is a starting point. This now means it's a yes. We just needed a yes. Now we can negotiate. Now, insurance for conveyancing in the UK is around about £15,000 a year. They've offered me £100,000. So you understand like how much a risk this must have been for them.
Yes.
In the end, we got it for £50,000. Signed it off, and that business just mooned. Yeah, it's done so well. But this all came. This is my thing. I run in and I shake things. This is my whole career has been running and shaking things. And this is not a disrespect to Tom or Brad, they were doing their thing. But like I ran in there, called my man, "Get this deal done. Please get this done." Took it to this person, and then within like maybe a month, maybe 2 months, it was done. because I get so like, I'm like, this is my one project now. Do you know what I mean? Like my one project is to get insurance in this project. Not everything else can drop. My one task at the moment is to get insurance in this business. If it doesn't, it goes to zero. I lose my money. If I bought it out of administration, I lose my money, lose all my running costs I've had on it. So we got it done, and that's it's number one in the UK.
Wow. You got it back to number one.
Yeah, it might be between like 1 and 2 now. It's like it's there.
Yeah. What's retirement look like for you?
So I don't think anyone like us ever retires. For a start, I don't think that ever happens. I think our brain will just never stop switching.
I would say the way you're living, the way I'm living, I would say I'm retired.
Yeah, I mean, I can decide whether I want to do anything or not.
And that's to me retirement.
Yeah, so I don't think we ever will retire like our parents' generation, which is you just work on the house and you just it's what happened. My brain won't stop.
No, me too.
But like in terms of like my end goal, I don't know, bro. It's got to be little wifey, 3 kids, on some land, some animals like goats, chickens, maybe a couple of cows.
Where?
You know, if you had got me 3 years ago and I said some nice place in the UK, you look at it now and you go, what's the main aim? The main aim is to live freedom without worrying about money.
Yeah.
That's what was going to be the biggest work for my dad. So
yeah.
I think Bali looks nice.
Not forever.
I think Bali looks nice. I think somewhere in Asia looks nice.
Yep. Koh Samui.
Yeah.
Have you been to Koh Samui?
Yeah. No, actually, that's before I got ill. I think that was Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it to Phuket and then got wiped out. But something like, it's got to be, you know, I'm not into the whole pet, you know, educate your kids at home, but I'm very much about removing from the state. I'm very much like, not so much here, I think it's better here, but like traditional democracy and like state control, which to me is just like, I don't know if I vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like I just look at the most of manipulation we have and we've had over the last couple of years in the West, and it's just like bizarre to me that anyone even trust. I'm at the point now where, you know, our parents' generation, when we're told something, they believed it.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion I'm told something and then I look into it.
Yeah. And
I don't decide whether it's true or false at that point, because everybody has an agenda.
Yeah.
Everybody has an agenda.
Yeah.
So the education you're seeing at school, that's in the UK, they have a reason to tell you that agenda. You know, like the family values are not being enforced like they used to. Why? You know, you can go on to like the feminism movement and the reason you think that actually happened, and I don't want to go into that too much, but there's like all these things that have happened, and you go, if this happened, what benefit does this have for the government? Like, so get women into work. Now there's 2 taxpayers. Now the women can't stay at home and look after the kids, so then there's someone else educating the kids. Like there's lots of things. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I mean, I'm not against this. I'm just saying, like, if you look into the reason of things and the output of things, they all have outputs, and you've got to decide whether that's an output you want or don't want.
100%, and I love that Dubai is so resistant for it, because they're pushing this whole feminism movement. Women are going to work. Women's handshakes have gone up in strength while men's have gone down. They're demasculating the men. Now there's no one at home teaching morals and values to the kids. It's the iPads raising the kids. Who owns the iPads? The corporations. Yeah. They want your kids. Now they got your kids to do what they want to do, to buy what they want to buy. 100%. We've talked about it all the time.
I'm really concerned by the West over the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
And then if you speak to Brad or anyone like that, they'll be like, well, I don't really care. I'm not there anymore. He always says, not my circus, not my monkeys. Like, I don't really care. You know, I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
But like, I love the UK. Like, I am a patriot at heart.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, it's so gone.
Yeah.
100%. And you look at what controls what, and you go, this isn't freedom. It's not free. The West is not free.
Yeah.
Don't talk about free speech in the West. You can't say what you want in the West.
No.
You cannot say what you want in the West. That's why people move here. And the greatest conversations I've ever had have been in Dubai, when you've had, like, I don't know, someone from Ukraine and Russia sat at the same table. Everyone's chilling, everyone's chatting, because they know they're not at war together. Everyone's friends here. There's no political bias here. Everyone's friends. Everyone's open for a good conversation. And like, you can't even do that in the UK. The UK does not have freedom of speech.
Yeah. I gave myself a challenge last month to say yes to everything. Because every night there's an event. Every night's Tuesday night event, Wednesday night event. Every night's a Saturday night here. And I kept making up excuses. No, I can't. This, that. But I said, no, just say yes to everything. It's crazy. Yeah, but
I was like that. And then now I've decided that actually I am going to start saying no to things. My friend of mine, Laura, she said to me the other day, I went for coffee with her, and she was like, I said, are you going to that boat party thing? She's like, no. She's like,
for DYP?
Yeah, she was like, I'm 30 now. She's like, I've decided that if I don't want to go, I'll just say no.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed out. Was it good?
It's interesting now, DYP, because I literally know everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, like I just bolt like it's like cameras and watches me like arrogant, you know. But
Yeah.
like, you're the same as me. My whole life has been walking into a room of 100 people and knowing 50 of them on the way out.
Yeah.
That's my whole life.
Yeah.
So like, if I go to enough events,
Yeah.
those 50 become 100.
Yeah.
You know, after a time.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like it's I feel like I know everybody there that I think is really cool, and I've made some really good connections there, and it's been amazing. But yeah, it was a good vibe. But I'm of the opinion now that like I know so many people here now, and you're probably the same, where it's like, well, I can just get my own boat and do it myself now.
Yeah.
You know, which sounds bad,
Yeah.
but like at the same time, like, why not?
Well, the thing is, okay, put it this way: back in UK, if I go move to UK, where you're from, it's cliquey.
Mm.
Did you go to high school with me? What high school did you go to? You're friends with her. You're friends with him. Here, no one went to high school together.
But it's not even that. So I sit to a lot of people about this. It's like in the UK, you move cities. I moved cities 3 times in the UK. You move cities, and then everyone's got their own friendship group. So you've got to pierce it, right? And that's a problem because it's hard to pierce. You got to join a
Very
football
hard.
team. You got to join this or whatever. You eventually get in, but you got to pierce it.
Very hard.
Here, everybody came here with no friends,
That's what I'm saying.
so it's easy. Right? I'm walking to groups. Everyone gets to know you. Then you bring. Oh, I met a guy yesterday. I'm bringing him along. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
Just like that.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask questions. I'm going to bring someone to a dinner party. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Bring anyone you want. Pete, appreciate you coming on.
It's a pleasure, man.
Thank you. I had fun.
It's good fun, man. We got some interesting drinks from Starbucks.
Yep. Let's.
The Tiffany drink, we call it.
Yeah, the Tiffany drink. Let's do this every quarter or something. Come back on. Let us know what you're working on.
Yeah, and every quarter we'll get a more soy boy drink.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have something pink next time.
We'll try something different.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
try something different. All right. Beautiful. Good seeing you.